Hi everyone, welcome back to Boss Up with me, Yana. On today's episode, I want to take you through a few things that I've been doing to make my life easier and just a lot more enjoyable. So please get you a little snack, get you, some tea, and come on back. So let's jump right into it. Number one, lighten the load. I had to learn this the hard way. I am one of those people that like stacking up my day. I will have 20 million things to do. I'll be there, I'll go there. Lighten the load, right? And basically what I'm saying is get help. It's okay to get help. It's okay to drop some items. It's fine. Just lighten the load so you don't have so much going on. This thing of us spending the whole entire day screaming, oh my gosh, I'm so busy. I'm just kind of a little bit overstretching myself and then complaining about it and then being super tired, super stressed, it just does not make sense because you put yourself in a certain situation and then you complain that you're tired, overworked, and lighten the load. Just a few things, like for example, around the house, if you can get a helper. You're working hard, you're making money, you're achieving your goals, Certain things you can just cut out. If you don't have to do it, then don't do it. Okay, fine. Some people might argue that, cleaning is very peaceful to them and so on, and that's fine. If it works, but if it's stressing you and it's another added stress in your life, then I don't think it's worth it. Get a helper, get someone to help you around the house, or get a house manager, as corporate millennial calls it. So in terms of maybe relationship, just split tasks with your partner. There's absolutely no need for you to carry the load of everything when there's someone here who can help you, but you're not, asking for help. I literally had to learn this the hard way. What happens is, especially us who have been independent for a very long time, you get so used to doing everything for yourself that you don't even realize that there's actually help around you. You're just so used to doing everything yourself. So you wake up one day and you realize damn, there's someone right here who could help me, but they're not. But it's not necessarily that they're not helping you. It's just that you've been doing everything yourself so much that you've never even taken a beat to be like, hey, I need help with 1, 2, 3. Or, okay, these are the things that I needed. Can you help with this, then I'll do 1, 2, 3. So basically split your tasks, either with your partner or with your colleagues or with your just whatever. Lighten the load. Don't take on everything. The lesson here is don't take on everything. You're not Superwoman, and it's fine. Number two, second thing that I've done to make my life easier is just reduce debts or reduce liabilities, right? So I made a decision a couple of years ago when I realized that my life was getting a little bit too hectic, and I said to myself, no, I only want to owe 2 people. I want to owe bank 1 for my house, and I want to owe bank 2 for my car. That's it. I don't want to owe anyone else anything. So I had to make sure I kind of clear out everything. I reduced everything. I cleared everything down to 0. Yeah. So what I'm basically telling you is don't borrow money from people. The concept of it genuinely doesn't make sense. You don't have money, but you're borrowing money. That doesn't make sense. That genuinely does not make sense. So why are you going to take money from people when you don't have money? The concept just does not make sense. Do not take money from people when you don't have money. Don't pawn your cars. Don't do any of those things. Don't do it. I've never really done that, but I think my main thing has always been clothing stores, credit card, house, and then car. Those have been my main things, and I just kind of had to clear everything and then stay with the house and the car, and that just made my life so much easier. Don't want to lie, I still use my credit card a lot, but I have figured out how to use it in a way that it doesn't get me in trouble. I think we can save that for another video if you want to see how I use it. Also with the clothing stores, I think the credit you get from the clothing stores, I cleared everything out, but I have since reopened 1 card, and I also now know how to use it in a way that it benefits me and doesn't put me in trouble. Again, that can be in a separate video where I show you guys how I tackle that to make sure that I don't get myself in any trouble. But yeah, main thing is to really, I think the lesson here is to just completely reduce your liabilities. When I learned how to do this, my life got so much easier. I have my life is good. 3 is live beneath your means. I think you hear this all the time. I'm gonna just reiterate, I've said it before as well. Literally, if you can afford here, you need to be living here. Literally, like, this is not a joke. I think for the longest time I thought I was actually doing that, considering I drive like an entry-level car, I lived in just like a normal looking apartment, and I could afford better things, but I just stuck to that. So I thought, I'm definitely living beneath my means. But what I didn't realize is I would then tap into my credit card, and then yeah, I learned the hard way. Don't do that. Literally, if you cannot afford to leave the house, stay your ass in the house. There's no other way for me to say that. Literally, stay your ass at the house. There's so many other ways that you spend where you don't actually notice, like going out, dining out. And the main thing would be maybe to say to you, stick to your budget. Have a budget. If, let's say, you've sectioned out, let's say, $1,000 to spoil yourself or whatever, if that money runs out, don't now tap into your credit card and be like, okay, no, if that next month, the more budgeting next month, they get $500 and then you're not doing what, you're not living the way you're supposed to be living. Do you get what I'm saying? Those are the kind of things I used to do, and I would think like, oh, I guess I am still following my budget. Do you get what I'm saying? But really, you're living beyond. Live within what you agreed with yourself. But okay, I only have $1,000 a month to spoil myself, then that's where I'm gonna stick to, and just stay right there. Okay, wait, I know we talk about this a lot, and I never actually used to pay attention to the little amounts, and they really add up. So please, if you can afford here, live here. 4, stop contemplating. Ooh, this was a tough one for me. I am the queen of contemplating. The way I worked on this is the think do approach. Literally, if I think about it, I have to do it on home. If it pops in my head, I have to do it right there and there. If I don't, chances I'll never get to it. That's what I learned about myself. And as soon as I learned that lesson, I was like, yeah, right now. So if anybody out there has a problem with contemplating, you might want to attempt the think do approach. So for as long as it pops in your head, you must get it done right there and there. You have to get it done. Another thing is writing down things, but my issues, I would write it down and then never come back to read it, or I would write it down, look at it, and be like, think do approach worked better for me. You think, do it. Simple. It really wasn't that simple. Okay, and then number 5 is to live close to work, church, malls, just really your day-to-day things that just like that you do a lot. So for me, it's like work, gym, I go to the mall, I go to church. Make sure you stay within the proximity of those things. I used to commute to work. You really need to analyze. I know a lot of people feel like and then commute to town every day. Just please do the math and make sure the math is mathing. If the math is not mathing, just come back to town. It's not worth it. So in my instance, it was the petrol. When I did my calculations, I was like, sorry, it's not worth it. There's also the mileage on your car. And you know, when we talk mileage, we talk service in the car as well. So I think you just need to make sure you do the math and see if it's really worth it. I have since moved back to town, and since moving back to town, I'm about 15 minutes from work, I'm 10 minutes from the gym, about 5 minutes from a mall, I am close to all my friends. Like, everything is just within my proximity, and it just works better. I'm saving so much money on petrol. I think I'm saving about, last time I calculated, I'm saving maybe 2.5 on petrol, and that's a lot. That is a lot of money. That's a big saving. So really analyze where you're staying, and is it close to all the things you need. If you are commuting, do the math. Is it making sense? If it's not making sense, you need to move. Number 6, save. Save. So the main thing for me about saving is to just worry less about tomorrow, right? I've seen like hectic job shifts. I experienced one. People around me have experienced them as well, where you literally have a job today, chances are tomorrow you're like, I'm not really sure what's gonna happen tomorrow. So you don't want to be that person who's super worried about tomorrow, right? So just start preparing ahead of time. You want to make sure that, God forbid anything happens to you, you are set for a good 6 months to a year. You want to make sure you have plan A, B, C, D. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, in terms of savings, if you don't really know where to start, I recommend 3 savings accounts: 1 for emergency, 1 for your short-term goals, and 1 for your long-term goals. please don't underestimate the power of 100 pula. Don't, you know that thing in you that's telling you, oh, 100 pula is nothing, let me just swat that Nando's. I promise you, if you put away 100 pula a month, after 12 months it's 1.2. When you start the year, you're 1,200 pula richer than you were last year. You're starting the year strong. That motivates you. But when I'm starting the year in debt, starting the year worried, it just derails you, honestly. Oh, I'm skipping number 7. I'm gonna say it last. So next one is release. Talk about things, therapy, chat with your friend or your muruti or someone. Okay. So much going on in life right now. It's heavy. It's a lot. We have to kind of figure out how to balance everything out. But the main thing you need to do is to release. You need to get things off your chest. You need to see a therapist. You need to talk to a friend. You need to talk to your muruti. You need something to feed your mind. You need something to feed your soul as well. So release, right? And in this point, release, I want to add social media, right? We don't actually realize how damaging social media is. So just like everything else in life, I have had to come in and kind of make social media work for me instead of vice versa. Okay, so make it work for you. I use it as a tool to like distress or whatever. It should not be the tool that stresses you. Do you get what I'm saying? So if you're constantly scrolling on social media and you're feeling away, that's not right. You know, if you're spending hours and hours scrolling instead of like working on your goals, that's not right. So I'm gonna say, like, take breaks from social media and make it work for you, and not you are constantly working for social media. It's just, the math is not mathing, right? Don't just consume, and then you're not doing anything else for yourself. The math is not mathing. I kid you not. So I've gotten to a point where I've literally mastered, especially TikTok. Oh, TikTok, you can scroll for hours. TikTok is good. TikTok is literally the best app out there right now. But I have now mastered the art of like scroll for 10 minutes and get off. I could be on there for an hour, 2 hours. Get up at me hella from the time I get home until. I've now mastered the art of get off. Post whatever I want to post. Get off. So same with Instagram. I now don't even go on much during work. I used to use it like, oh, if I need to, like, you know, relax my mind a little bit, I'll just hop on for 5 minutes. And I actually thought that was a good thing. I was like, 5 minutes is not bad. I'll just hop on for 5 minutes to refresh, scroll a little bit or whatever. I do not scroll during the day when I'm like at work. I don't do that anymore. If anything, I'll get on WhatsApp, say hi to a friend, and then get back out. Like, I am not on social media for forever and ever and ever anymore. Just be mindful of your consumption on social media. Next step would be enjoyment. This is probably one of the most important ones. I have had to make it a point to actually carve out time to enjoy my life, because I realized that you spend so much time working, so much time school, so much time dealing with your problems. There's just a lot going on. This is happening, that's happening, that you don't actually take a moment to really appreciate what you have or what's going on around you. Are you actually enjoying what you're doing? Are you loving life? There's just a lot going on. So I specifically now am like, this is my moment of stillness. This is my moment to just sit here and really figure out, okay, what do I enjoy? Do I like what I do all day? I take those moments out of the day to really figure out, what is my enjoyment to me? What does it mean to me? And what am I doing to fulfill that enjoyment in my life? That thing is very, very important. So I'm basically saying, even in your budget, you say house, car, food, blah, you say enjoyment. Literally, that is so important. You also need to know why you get up every morning to go to work. You need to feel that thing. Yeah, no, I'm enjoying my life. I'm living my best life. I'm waking up every day. I'm going to work. I'm fulfilling my dreams. I'm enjoying my life. You need to like put that at the forefront of your life, because I think if anything that has happened so far has taught us anything, is that life is extremely short. So please do best to make sure enjoyments. Number 9 will be, don't be where your heart is not at peace. This includes friends, and do not make excuses for people. Actions speak louder than words. That's how I termed that in my point here. Literally, I think we have this tendency of making excuses for people. You'll have a friend who's not really friendshipping well, and you'll be like, maybe she just got married, she needs to find her feet. Maybe she just had a baby, she needs to kind of figure it out. Maybe she just moved to a new city, she needs to... No, I'm not doing that anymore. I'm no longer making excuses for people. If you're not coming through, if you're making me feel some type of way, If I'm around you, I'm uneasy. If the energy is just not right, I'm tapping out. I am tapping out, and I'm in no way saying cut people off, cancel culture. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying be where your heart feels at peace. I'm saying do what makes your heart feel good. Do what makes you feel good. Sometimes you just need to accept that maybe you're not in that, like, the season of that person's life. That's all it is. It doesn't mean, you know, I hate that person, I'm done with you, F you. No, it's not like that. It's just accepting, okay, no, thing, I don't fit right now. And that's fine. And when you just focus on being where you are wanted, right? And then another thing is, like, I'm not necessarily saying cook up these things in our heads, because I know a lot of people do that. People love cooking up stories in their heads and they're just running with them. No. Make it a point to sit down and talk to people. If you love someone and you're trying to figure out what's going on, like, oh, friend, let's talk, you know, lately I haven't been feeling love from you, like, what's going on? Have that conversation. Call people out. Don't be scared to call people out. Call people out and be like, come on, you did this and I don't like it. If the person carries on, then go be where your heart feels at peace. You tried. And then the last point that I skipped will be point number 10. It's all about you, and you. So what I'm basically saying here is put yourself at the forefront of your life. You are the one that's running this ish, right? So you need to make it a point to make yourself happy. Open up this one. I learned it the hard way. Listen, your life is entirely your responsibility. You need to make sure that you are doing best for you. So when you wake up every morning, it has to be purposeful. You need to wake up every day literally like, I am putting steps in place to achieve my goals. Okay, Yana, I've been wanting to go to school for a couple of years now. What have I done about that once? Nothing. It's only now that I've reached this realization that I'm like, okay, Bukhari, I need to start. Guys, when I call myself Bukhari, you know I'm being serious. So I'm like, okay, Bukhari, you want to go to school, so what are you doing? You need to start putting steps in place to make sure that you achieve that goal. And now I've started, you know, and now every day I feel good about myself. I'm not sitting there whining, oh my gosh, I'm gonna go to school, I cannot mind. No, but what are you doing about it? Do you get what I'm saying? So just the little things like that. You want a house, okay, sharp. What are you doing to save towards your deposit? You know, are you viewing houses? Do you know anything about the house market? What are you doing to educate yourself? Have you gone to the bank to understand what are the requirements? What have you done? Or did you just want it and then just give up? What are you doing to achieve the things that you want? So anyway, that's the whole point of this number 10. I get it, to just say you should be at the forefront of your life. You are the one running it. You are the one driving this bus or flying this plane. You know, you are the captain of this cruise ship or whatever you want to say. Your life is entirely your responsibility, and make it about you. And I literally mean you come first, right? Go to help out where you can, sharpo, but if it's going to derail you in any way, that maybe that's not something that you should be doing. So ever since I just started doing this, life is just so much easier. Life is so much more enjoyable. So anyway, those are the 10 things that I've been doing. Like I said, there's a lot more. I just tried to kind of summarize it, and I hope this is basically like just a quick synopsis, but I hope you guys kind of have an idea and you've picked up a thing or two on what you can do to also make your life a lot, you know, a lot simpler and a lot more, you know, enjoyable. So yeah, that's all I had for you today. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next video. Wait, before I go, can you drop a comment below and let me know what you are doing to make your life easier, so maybe I can also learn something from you. Okay, bye. Because they've been quiet. The minute I start filming, what do I do?